This is this morning. It's very, very modified, even modified more than I modified it. So we're going to go ahead and update some times because I'm looking at the clock. I want to make sure that you have enough time to get back to your rooms and get back in teacher mode. So I'm going to chop down these rounds considerably just by the minutes so we can get most of the rounds in, and I'll go over the process and then you can get started. So one, getting started was 5, let's make it 4. That's the chance for the presenter to talk about their assignment, discuss the student work. The facilitator during that round is just going to stay quiet, make sure people are listening. Second round, describing the student work. The facilitator is going to ask, what do you see in it? And this is where everybody at the table is going to be talking about what they see in the student work. It's just observational, objective statements, nothing interpretive. Facilitator there is just asking that one question and keeping an eye on time. That's going to be 7 minutes, not 8. Third round, interpreting the student work. This is where we're going to start to make some judgments and some interpretation of what the students are actually thinking about, why the teacher did what they did. Again, that facilitator is just going to ask the question, monitor time. The presenter doesn't need to talk during this round either, unless there's a clarifying question that needs to happen. Again, this is going to be chopped from 10 to 7 minutes. On the back side of the paper, implications for classroom practice. The facilitator is going to ask, okay, what might we be looking at here? How might we want to change? Looking to chop that from 10 minutes to 7 minutes. And then finally, round 5, reflecting on the team discussion. This is where the presenter talks again. Based on what the colleagues were saying, the presenter is going to get a chance to think out loud about what they heard, and then anyone from part of the group can reflect on what they heard as well. And finally, if there's that 3 minutes at the end, that'll be reflecting on the process as a whole. But if we don't get to round 6 this morning because we're quenched, that's okay, but at least, and then for number 5, that's going to be 4 minutes. All right, so what is the key and why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to become reflective practitioners. It's going to help us get better in the classroom. Even though we're in interdepartmental groups, I thought that these groups would benefit because we're hearing the diversity of voices. Usually in department meetings, we're used to our colleagues in the department, but this gives us a bigger chance to hear people because every one of us is an expert at something. So we want to make sure that we're hearing all those expert voices, even though it might be in a discipline and a content area we're not familiar with, it's still going to give us the chance to talk about it. Yes, this is the best kind of PE there ever is, where people are actually talking to each other about what they're doing in the classroom. You know that about me, I'm a firm believer. What you do in your room is the most important. All right, so this time is yours. I'll be going around listening, and if you have a question about the process, I'll be walking around to answer questions, but this is for you to talk with your colleagues. All right? Thank you. So first round, you got 4 minutes.
Stop it now. Stop it now. Keep it going.